Okay, so this is episode 3. Yeah, that's actually how we count 3, not like this. If you guys are watching Glorious Bastards, if that was it. But this is episode 3. And as of right now, we've basically found a list of. This is what I've done. I'm trying to figure out how to go and build out an AI agent avatar and to go ahead and basically replace the content that I'm doing. So for those of you who don't know, I'm actively promoting my program right now, AI product management. I have a full-blown team, but something that we're trying to focus more of is actually, how to integrate AI into a part of our day-to-day life, and helping product managers also build up like their own portfolio projects, so they have something tangible to show companies. This is actually water, by the way. It says water. I'm not drinking beer right now in the morning. But they actually have something to go out there and show when they're actually on job interviews. But I wanted to combine the following: make AI fun for product managers, make AI usable for product managers, make AI engaging for product managers, but also make AI practical for product managers. And also approaching it as to, like, I don't know what's going on. So I film a lot of videos. I think every product manager and everybody working in tech right now has to go out there and have some type of social media influence, whether you're doing it with your face or whether you're doing it faceless. But one of the fastest ways to go out there and grow is to actually cop real trending news happening in real time that's viral, and tagging your face or not tagging your face onto it, but getting it onto an account that you actually own. What I've done to try to go ahead and solve this process is, the first things first is this. I have already gotten my AI avatar uploaded and on HeyGen, on InVideo, and also on Creatify. Well, I started an account with all three, and I have my avatar uploaded onto HeyGen and InVideo and Creatify. And if you catch me on my other channel, which is AI Product Management, on this channel right here with the gigantic green, you'll basically see I did a product teardown. They had made this process so difficult of basically the process of uploading my AI avatar was quite seamless. The only one that I did not upload my AI avatar to was Creatify, because of, like, I totally forgot why, but they wanted InVideo wanted a 60-second video, HeyGen wanted a 60-second video, Creatify uploaded a 2-minute video. They wanted a 2-minute video, which I did that. Now, I was able to start creating some base level content with HeyGen and InVideo just with my avatar. But in order for me to even create my first video with Creatify, I had to go out there and actually buy more credits, which I thought was pretty dumb, because, like, it said, oh, to create a video required 10 credits. However, I was like, didn't I get freaking 10 credits, which is 2 videos for $0 a month? I was actually looking with this with my own internal team, and I'm keeping them honest. Creatify, you guys are freaking, like, I don't know, I'm not going to say, like, you guys scam artists, because there's a bunch of people making content on there. But, like, the blocker that we're running into right now is, if it's going to be that difficult, like, fuck it. I'm just going to go over to HeyGen, which is exactly what it is that we did. Overall, though, that aside, I will be totally fair. The user experience on HeyGen so far has been the best, but it's not great. Out of these 3 existing options, they are the best, but it's not great. It's actually quite confusing to go out there and use it. I'll do a bigger product teardown on HeyGen and really completely just rip them apart. I don't really give a shit that the guys actually, like, the fellow founders, also Chinese American like myself, but it's actually very difficult to use. And I actually conferred with my AI instructor about this. And I think this is actually where AI is actually quite evil. I was wondering why these platforms are so bad at, like, teaching people how to use their product more effectively. Like, if I have I just think it just makes sense, maybe call me old school. If I'm selling you a NutriBullet or an air fryer or a Ninja blender, don't I want to give you guys, like, this little pamphlet of all the shit you could do with it? Like, you can go out there now and make lasagna, or, like, you can go out there and, make Korean fried chicken in an air fryer, I'd be thinking to myself like, how the hell? Because like the batter and everything is like wet, you know, like if you think about it, and it's like I would think that's pretty cool, like all the different use cases and stuff. But she said this, and I thought that was pretty interesting. The more you're using these platforms and the more you're trying to figure out how to use it, you have to go out there and keep on buying credits. And they make money off of credits. And it's very similar to my marketing team in Asia, where, you know, when we have our meeting out here in Korea, it's actually quite interesting because they told me that, you know, I would think that Instagram would want to give really good education on how to go out there and give us better like Instagram ads so we can enroll people into our AI product management program, right? But they're like, no, because they really make the majority of their money testing. So like, and that's why they're constantly changing the algorithm because like the more money that you're spending testing, the more money you're spending on their platform, and that's where they make money off of. They're not trying to get you to make more money, they're trying to make more money off of you. I think that's actually a very bad way to look at it because we should all be prospering together. I mean, honestly, here at Product Gym, that's what we're doing is like we help people get product manager jobs, and as a result of helping people get product manager jobs, like we get a lot of referrals. So it's like a win-win situation, right? So right now, where I'm blocked on making the AI avatar is I have it up on NVIDIA, I have it up on HeyGen, but it also doesn't include a list of prompts, which I'm very concerned about because um, I don't mind actually like it doesn't even get like I don't mind spending money to go out there and actually figuring out how to solve this problem, but I don't even know at the very baseline level what that prompt structure even looks like, which is what we're going to try to go ahead and figure out there. Now let's go ahead and figure out if we can solve the problem of figuring out the prompt structure. The next thing here is we still have to go ahead and figure out a way to get the voice to sound like me. Both of them, I did a product teardown on all of them. It wasn't 100% me, but I would say it's 90, 80, 87, 90% of the way there. And I think this is actually where 11 Labs comes in. So something else that we're also noticing about these AI applications, and this is across the board, I'm not just talking about AI avatars, is they're creating collaboration wherever it's profitable because I feel like these companies have the technology to go ahead. I mean, if it can get me 90, 85, 90% the way there, why can't it get me 100 ways there? This is actually where I see like, oh yeah, like if you can just go out there and build out an API on 11 Labs, but if you go out there and build out that freaking API on 11 Labs, your monthly subscription now to HeyGen is no longer 20 bucks a month, it's now 100 bucks a month. So they make money on getting you to increase your monthly recurring. They also make money off of you fucking up trial and error, purchasing credits upon credits upon credits upon credits. But at the same time, they're also creating these partnerships where you basically have to do that, otherwise you're extremely limited. Now, let's just say we go out there and solve that problem. The next problem is we got to go ahead and figure out how to go and solve the problem of Rich. Either I'm plugging in directly. Largely, I'm pretty good salesperson in terms of like dropping a hook and getting people to be like, oh shit, like how can I go out there and schedule a call? Like I want this, right? But there's two things that we have to do with it now. Okay, so the thing looks like me, it talks like me, it sounds like the Rich voice. Because the thing is this, we also don't really want to give the impression that this is an AI avatar that looks wildly fake. You know, if you go out there and you buy like an Impossible Burger, I think one of the things that made them hot when they was like, you know, they even infused beets into the veggie patties so that when you were cooking it, it looked like beef blood, cow blood, when you're like sizzling it in the pan or on the grill, right? Well, let's just say we can do all that. The next problem that we have to go out there and solve is, can I plug in exactly what I want Rich to say? Like, can I type out the script? I think that's a very solvable problem. Or can I just put this thing on autopilot where it's just like, you know, the astronomer CEO, what would Rich say about that? And just let that thing just take over for itself. those are the challenges that we're trying to solve right now on just the AI, creating like a clone of an AI avatar for Rich. Now, assuming we can go out there and solve all that, that's where we're stuck at right now. I'm currently watching a bunch of YouTube videos. I'm having my team watch a bunch of YouTube videos. We're trying to go out there and also figure this out. This is actually going to be a part of our AI product management curriculum, which I think is really cool because when you have like a side project, you want it to be client facing. So the next thing that we basically have to go out there and, well, this is actually where this video comes in, is I started looking for content on how to scrape the most recent news using N8N. And it wasn't particularly just N8N. It just so happens, like, you know, we teach it here, but also like I started seeing it come up like a lot. Maybe it's because of the algorithm. So we made a list. I won't bore you, but we made a list of probably 100 IG reels where they did it in 60 seconds. Like, you know, you want to go out there and post up the most recent and cool shit. Like, you know, we got you. All you got to do is comment, post, or you got to comment this shit, fuckers. Yeah, we downloaded all of them. We sent the comments to all of them. We're looking at all the PDFs. We're dissecting it right now like a freaking alien that just freaking crash landed in South Korea. We can't figure it out. Let's just say that we're really old and stupid, but we can't figure it out. A lot of them is just overly simplistic information that is not actionable, and they basically want you to buy something. Now, we started looking up long form video, and we found that there was basically, it came out to 3 buckets of people, and I won't bore you with it, but bucket number 1 was somebody that was just talking with their face, but they weren't showing you anything at all. And it's just like, we, at the end of the day, need to know how to do this, so we need some kind of baseline tutorial. We also tried searching on the N8N website of how to do this. We could not figure that out. We also tried going out there and prompting it into ChatGPT and Claude. We also could not go ahead and figure it out. So the only thing that left us, that kind of left us to do with the available resources that we have, and also we have a deadline that we're trying to rush this thing out for me, is we decided to look up long form tutorials. And we found that the best long form tutorial was actually this lady right here. I won't call out all the people that have done bad because I think, like, you know, what's bad is bad. But we get a bunch of these, like, and this is actually where things get a little bit more complicated. There's a lot of people that's figured out how to solve this problem, but they don't do a really good job communicating exactly, like, okay, I get it, you figured it out, you have the results. So they always have this social proof of, like, these are however many followers that I freaking have, and blah 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 blah. Like, I get it, you figured it out, you cracked the code, right? So how do I go out there and crack the code? I'm happy to pay. So, like, what ends up happening is they always have this, like, you can go out there and get this template right here, right here. So we tried basically doing that. So it's just like, it's kind of complicated, but free N8 make template. So we came out here. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go to the freaking site. And I basically have this blog here. And this is such bad user experience. Like, I have this video, and then I gotta scroll all the way down to go out there. And I subscribed to the thing, and then I ended up getting the freaking template. What we're basically blocked here is this. We can't figure out the template. We've uploaded the template, but we can't go out there and figure it out. I think the reason why her content's so good, because she ultimately has, because the next part, the next iteration of this project is basically, we got to go out there and post out on all these multiple different platforms. And it always comes back to, just like how I'm making these videos right now to go out there and promote a course, they're out here promoting a product. So this is actually going to automate all the postings, so it makes sure to go basically everywhere. Again, like I said, I can go out there and take this apart basically all day and kind of pick at it, but I don't really want to do that because it's not really helping out anybody's situation. At the end of the day, they're also like, you know, everybody's got to go out there and try to make money, and I think intentional is really being very, very, very important, because, like, it really just talked about, like, NAN, AI agent, and then HeyGen, and then at the last day, she's talking about Platato. So you got to understand, another big problem that we're trying to go out there and solve for people is we're trying to figure out what are the absolute in our program for specifically helping out AI product managers or people that want to break into AI product management is like just running this right here still is going to cost you money. Getting to this point is going to cost you time and money. We're trying to go out there and limit the amount of credits you need to go out there and buy, the amount of time that you have to spend combing information. And all, she was the best one that I found. But this is actually where I feel like, and it's no jab at her, people are really bad at communicating information. So I'm gonna keep you guys posted. This is freaking episode 3. We're making some strides, and I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. In the past, I've recorded 3 videos for this so far. I'm very frustrated myself. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to learn it faster. Part of me, I'm feeling very fucking stupid. Part of me feels kind of old too, because a lot of the people doing these tutorials are fucking young as fuck. But luckily for me, and you might be thinking like, well, he's got a team. He's got a team that he pays. He has people that's in his program. He has access to experts. I can always just make a posting out there on Upwork. Maybe I can even reach out to her because I have somewhat of a following. But overall, like, I think when you're learning something, you want to like really learn everything, right? And you just got to keep going at it, going at it, going at it. And my brain is hurting like quite a bit right now. There's a lot of new information. I'm waiting for the fucking troll comments to come out. I don't give a fuck. I mean, if you're trolling me, you can't be making more money than I am. But like, here's the thing: you got to go out there and learn. And it goes back to the last 2 videos that I did. I mentioned this: IT literacy in America and across the world. You were given a few things that made learning IT or anything technical very, 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 it was easy for you to go out there and commit memory, because you weren't just given Microsoft Word, you were given very specific use cases. Microsoft Word for a book report, Microsoft Word for an essay, Microsoft Word for a resume, Microsoft Word for this. You were given presentation slides, right? And even like within that, it had a breakdown. You had a very long time to go out there and perfect mastering the art and science of delivering those use cases. And it was like you were writing like book reports and all that for years upon years, if not a decade long. If you think about it, like you learn it when you're 8 years old all the way up until you're 18, and then you get more, you get to be able to take those skills. So if you take a look at learning here, you've got about a decade and a half at, like, to learn a very particular set of skills. I feel like Liam Neeson from Taken even saying that. And then when you go on into the workforce, you're provided like additional training, and you're talking about close to like a decade and a half to 2 decades with very specific use cases. If somebody says like just learn Microsoft, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this blank fucking piece of paper, right? You don't fucking know, and nor should you, right? Like, okay, like, why do we need an essay? Because I'm gonna go out there and regurgitate on a bunch of dead digital words that I prove to you I actually read the book, because part of my education is to read freaking, I don't know, Alice in Wonderland. So we're gonna keep you guys posted. The next breakthroughs that I'm gonna be trying to go out there and make is putting this motherfucker to use. Second, constantly researching more information. But you know, it seems learning new skills, just like how I learn all different types of marketing, is very slow and frustrating at first, and that's what's known as the learning curve. Once you get past that, it's over. And that's why like the future product manager or the AI product manager is no longer just doing product management, it's doing AI training. And I promise you guys this, you guys have to find the fun and the joy of actually learning this, because moving forward into the market, almost every single week you're going to have to learn a new batch of skills, and you're going to have to take that, and then you have to figure out, now you have to figure out the use cases, or you have specific use cases that you can reverse engineer and share with the rest of the team. But you still now need to go ahead and communicate to people how they can learn how to do it. So you're spending all of your time up front. That seems like you're wasting your time. You're absolutely not. I feel like I'm wasting my time sometimes too. I have to constantly tell myself it's not, because I have to go out there and figure out how my team can go out there and use this. I'm not leaving anybody behind. I'm taking everybody freaking with me. So it's like Jensen Huang said, it's not the person that AI is not going to take your job, but the person that knows AI will go ahead and take your job. So schedule a call with us if you have not already to enroll in our AI product management program. This is exactly how we have the other modules already figured out. Every single week, I have me and a few other instructors, but I'm going through it because I want to understand their frustration as well. Because Perplexity is going to launch this, or like they're going to launch Comet, and then like next week it's going to be this other thing. And now that we're competing against open source Chinese AI, we're probably going to have to learn things like Manus and all that too. Every single week is going to be another batch of stuff. It's going to require you to go out there, dig in, freaking aggregate a bunch of freaking resources, and then figure out how to make it usable. And once you actually make that happen, boom, you got to go out there and move on to the next thing. So schedule a call. Looking forward to speaking with you guys all very, very soon.